We'll start with some prop bets for the big game next week because I live for these prop bets. Luke Bryan is going to be singing the national anthem. The over-under is set at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Todd Fuhrman, take your pick.
I'd love to say I did extensive research here to come up with my answer to this question. Kind of spent some time on YouTube, poked around the internet a little bit, and saw 3 renditions of Luke singing the national anthem. 2 out of those 3 renditions came in under 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So it's not all that scientific. I think Luke's going to wrap it up relatively quickly with the emphasis on relatively. I'm going under 2 minutes and 15 seconds on sports' biggest stage.
I love the fact that you YouTubed it. Love the fact that you did your research. This is why you are the CBS Sports Vegas insider. Here's what I know. Forget all that. This is Super Bowl Sunday. All eyes are on you. You're on center stage. If the over-under was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I would still take the over. Think about that rendition with the saxophone earlier in the playoffs. That was amazing, and it took forever. You always take the over when it comes to the national anthem. Luke Bryan, let me tell you, love this cat. I'm taking the over for the national anthem. The total turnovers, the over-under is set at 1.5. Todd Fuhrman, take your pick.
I know I shouldn't do it, Adam. I try to look myself in the mirror, pump myself up, but I'm going to buy into the bait here and make the sucker bet going over 1.5 turnovers. And the reason for this is I think you're going to see both these offenses open it up a little bit if they start trailing, which leads to maybe a fumble here or there, which will only need 1, a costly interception thrown into coverage. And while both of these teams have had great turnover ratios all season, they prided themselves on protecting the football. Maybe we get a gift, this ball turns into a slippery pig, and we get 2 to put it over the total.
Ah, the old slippery pig. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with the over as well. And to me, this is a commentary about the pass rush for Atlanta, but most especially the DBs for the New England Patriots. Devin McCourty, Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan. Todd, what do? They make plays. I think Matt Ryan has been the best player in the NFL from week 1 through Championship Sunday. I think he's going to have a phenomenal Super Bowl. But the over-under 1.5 for turnovers, that to me is too low. I'm going to take the over. I think we'll see 2 combined coming up on Super Bowl Sunday. How about the overall point total for this one? Pretty high, Todd, if you think about it for a Super Bowl. Over-under set at 59. Todd Fuhrman, take your pick.
Adam, it's actually the highest over-under ever set for a Super Bowl. You have to go back to the Saints and Colts. That number closed at 57.5, so we're breaking all sorts of records, much like we did last week with the Atlanta Falcons closing number against the Green Bay Packers. It's hard to argue with what we've seen. Everything Atlanta-wise this year, if you blindly bet them over, you've cashed tickets nearly every single week. But New England on the other side knows that. And if they're going to get into a firefight, I don't think it plays to their style or sensibilities. Look for New England to run the football, maybe shorten the game a little bit, and lean on that defense, which is number 1 in the league in points per game allowed. I like the game under the total. I think it's the first team to 31 that'll win this one.
The number scares the heck out of me. Okay, I understand why that's the number that was set by Vegas because it really makes you think and makes you pause. And I also think you nailed it on the game plan. I think we're going to see a lot of the New England run. You're going to see a lot of the Garrett Blunt. And not just because of matchup, but because that's what they do. They're game plan specific. And I think this is a game that calls for LeGarrette Blunt. You want to keep Matt Ryan off the field. Long, sustained touchdown scoring drives, but part of that sentence, touchdown scoring drives. I really think both offenses are going to be on fire. I think this has 34-28 written all over it. I think that we're looking at the over coming on Super Bowl Sunday. And I love this next one. You ready for this, Todd? What's going to be higher next Sunday? LeBron James points, rebounds, assists against the Knicks combined, or Taylor Gabriel's receiving yards? Well,
first things first, Adam, you had to look at the schedule and see where this game was being played. LeBron in essentially the house he built in Madison Square Garden. We know he's going to go for 35 points. Then you dig into assists, you dig into rebounds, you figure, okay, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt with a triple-double. So let's set that number probably between 55 and 60. The Falcons, on the other hand, they've targeted Taylor Gabriel between 4 and 6 times. His numbers, average-wise, right in line with that, and that's why odds makers did an outstanding job setting the number here. But I think the Patriots are going to at least neutralize Julio Jones, forcing all of the secondary options for Matt Ryan to step up. Taylor Gabriel's got to be that guy. He has to take the lid off the defense. I like Gabriel to go for 60+. I'm going to dare LeBron James to match him. So give me the Atlanta Falcons wideout in this prop over the greatest player in the NBA.
Man, I love your knowledge and your research and the fun you had with this. And it's funny. I did the same thing you did. I went to the computer, I saw where the game was going to be played. I wrote down the exact same number, 55, as my total for LeBron James. Now, it's also LeBron. So I think, all right, we can have a conversation, write down a total, and then add it. It's Super Bowl Sunday. He's going to want to put on a show. That's LeBron. That's who he is. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it's going to be in that 55 to 60 range in terms of the points and the rebounds and the assists combined. I agree with you on Julio Jones. I agree with you on the game plan. Take away what you do best. That's Bill Belichick. They will try to take away Julio Jones. So Matt Ryan, very comfortable this year, throwing it to the secondary receivers. Tell you what, remember Gabriel had that drop early against Green Bay? I don't want to say the moment's going to be too big for him on Super Bowl Sunday, but I think Mohamed Sanu will get his. I think Freeman will get his, running the football, catching it out of the backfield, Coleman the same. I'm going to take LeBron James, his combined total, over Taylor Gabriel. All right, Todd. The New England Patriots, favored by 3 in the ball game against the Atlanta Falcons. Todd Fuhrman, take your pick.
Well, hopefully I didn't tip my hand talking about Taylor Gabriel potentially having a bigger day than LeBron James with this. But when you're handicapping props, oftentimes you want to focus on players that are coming from behind. And I think that's why Taylor Gabriel will have a big day. And that's why it's going to steer me towards the New England Patriots. We look at the Atlanta Falcons. They scored 40 points in the conference championship. Teams that score 40 points the following week at them in the playoffs, 3-11 against the spread. Why is that relevant? Because it says you almost played the perfect game, and it's hard to replicate that type of performance. Tom Brady, we know about the early season suspension. We know about the chip on his shoulder, Deflategate. This, for me, is a legacy game, and while I hate to adhere to a narrative when I'm trying to come up with a handicapping angle, I think New England, you mentioned the stage maybe being too big for Taylor Gabriel. I think it's too big for the Falcons. The Patriots can get a few stops. They're not going to need many because they may score every single time they have the football. I don't love the fact that Kyle Shanahan is dealing with a bit of a distraction when it comes to Atlanta's game plan, having to go out to San Francisco, taking time away from the team. And Bill Belichick and company have been here, done that. I remember where I was when Brady won his first Super Bowl against the then St. Louis Rams. I'm going to remember where I am when he wins number 5 on Super Bowl Sunday. Give me the Patriots here, not only to win, but to cover comfortably as 3-point favorites.
Yeah, Todd, I think you summed it up brilliantly. And obviously, we're going to be all over this game coming up next week on Time to Shine live in Houston. I'm with you here. Now, it's early, but I'm picking the Patriots to win. I'm picking the Patriots to cover. This game, as I said, has 34-28 written all over it. It's Brady, it's Belichick, it's the #1 defense. I love the Falcons. I respect the Falcons. Love our guy, Matty Ice. Look, what they just did to the Packers, to the Seahawks, what they did all season long, they deserve credit and respect. But it's next level to me when you're taking on those aforementioned guys in a big spot. And I just want to see Goodell give that trophy to Tom Brady. So I'm going to go with the Patriots to win and the Patriots to cover.